Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my Marquee matches review, the final one of the day, and this will again be Summerslam based, and this is from Summerslam 2003. Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Kurt Angle was the defending champion going into this match, and I'll talk about the storyline going into this match. So this match was pretty much a rematch from WrestleMania 19. Kurt Angle Brock Lesnar, had defeated Kurt Angle to win the WWE Championship. Now, obviously, the dynamics were very different then because Kurt Angle was that slimy heel doing whatever it took to make sure he didn't have to defend the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar wanted to get his hands on him, but then Kurt Angle was finally backed into a corner, and he had to defend the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar. There's more to that because Kurt Angle had to go get neck surgery around that time. There was question of whether or not he was even going to be able to compete in the main event of WrestleMania. But he eventually was able to compete in the main event of WrestleMania. And for the fact that Kurt Angle was hurt going into the match, and the fact that they had that botch, it ended up being a really damn good match. So because Kurt Angle was off TV, I'm assuming they were supposed to probably do the big rematch at Backlash. But since Kurt Angle had to go have surgery, Brock Lesnar just continued to reign supreme as the face WWE champion. And while I liked the match at WrestleMania 19 and stuff, I just thought the dynamics too were really off in that match. It just really never worked to make Brock Lesnar a babyface. Mainly because one, Brock Lesnar's a natural dick and he's a natural asshole, so the fact it just really isn't believable for him to be a babyface. And I just think him being that monster heel works a lot better. Him being a babyface can work when he's an ass-kicking machine, like when they turned him face back in 2015. It really worked for that short period of time. And I think if he turned face now, when it really, or before he had just recently left, again, I think he really would have had a lot of mileage and stuff like that. But it wasn't meant to be. But let's talk about the build-up going into this match. So then Kurt Angle came back. I think he came back around June of 2003, and he was fully healthy, and it was revealed that Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle had become very close friends. Um, After their injury, Brock Lesnar called him up and wished him luck on his recovery, and they became really close friends. They did backstage skits to actually show their friendship. I actually thought that was quite funny stuff they did. And then it all led to the triple threat match that involved the Big Show at Vengeance 2003, where Kurt Angle won the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar wanted a rematch with Kurt Angle for that championship. Now, obviously, I think we had a feeling that they weren't going to do face versus face. We knew someone was going to turn. It wasn't going to be Kurt Angle because he was really too likable to turn heel again. So we were kind of questioning. I think everybody had known it was going to be Brock Lesnar at some point at some time. But also you could make the argument that, but like I said, Brock Lesnar being a face, I didn't think ever worked. Even back in 2003, anyways. So Brock Lesnar had a plan. Around this time, Vince McMahon was being that dastardly heel, and he said that Brock Lesnar's not going to get his rematch unless he earns his rematch. So Brock Lesnar wanted to earn his rematch by beating the shit out of Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon made the match official inside of a steel cage with Kurt Angle as the special guest referee. And on that episode of SmackDown, they had been building to it tremendously, where Brock Lesnar had been laid out by somebody. We were questioning who had laid him out. And when the match came to be, Brock Lesnar ended up going unconscious, and Vince McMahon was going to take the cheap win, but Kurt Angle didn't want that to happen, so he put Vince McMahon in the ankle lock. But then we found out that it was all a ruse. Brock Lesnar ended up kicking up, laying out Kurt Angle with the F5, and we found out that Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar were in cahoots all along. I was just thinking if that was the right word or not. They were working together to take out Kurt Angle. And Brock Lesnar revealed that the reason he did this was because Kurt Angle took the WWE Championship from him. And that's when he stopped being Brock Lesnar's friend. All Brock Lesnar cares about is making money and winning championships, and his alliance with Vince McMahon is going to help him do that, which made a lot of sense. And Brock Lesnar would continue to be that monsterly heel. He would take out guys on the roster like Spanky and Zach Allen. Spanky. What a weird name that was. And this led to the match at SummerSlam. And Kurt Angle wasn't ready to give up that WWE Championship after all he had to do to recover, to get back from his neck injury and to win back that WWE Championship. And Vince McMahon, I think, wanted to have control over SmackDown. And having the WWE Champion being on his side was a step in the right direction. So then we had the match, and this match was really damn good. We had Taz and Michael Cole commentating this match, and Michael Cole, I know a lot of people give him flack, but back in the day, in 2003, when he was commentating with Taz, he was really damn good on commentary. He wasn't, like, great on commentary, but he was a lot better than he was now. Mainly because I don't think Vince McMahon's in his ear as much in 2003. So I think that you can make an argument that's why. So, yeah. But let's talk about the match. I really like this match. I don't know if this... I think this match is a little bit better than the match at WrestleMania, mainly because both these guys are fully healthy and they don't have that big botch at the end. I personally think this match is a little bit better than the match at WrestleMania, but that's just me. Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar kind of both have like a back and forth roller coaster battle where they both get the upper hand, but then Kurt Angle really starts to get the upper hand on Brock Lesnar, taking him down with some hip tosses, and Brock Lesnar starts to get frustrated, and he ends up throwing a monitor around, throwing the steel steps around, and he takes the WWE Championship, and he's about to go home with it, but then Kurt Angle attacks him. Brock Lesnar, though, is able to get the upper hand. He throws Angle ribs first into the ring, but Kurt Angle is able to fight back Brock Lesnar and throw him into bounce his head off the apron. He puts him in the ring, and then Brock Lesnar ends up picking up Kurt Angle in a gorilla press slam and tossing him outside the ring, and then he throws Angle into the steps, and then Brock Lesnar really uses his power game pretty much to take down Kurt Angle. At every turn he gets a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on him. Kurt Angle hit a really cool O'Connor wheel on Brock Lesnar that I thought looked nice, but Lesnar hits a clothesline, a forearm, things like that. Then Kurt Angle starts to make his comeback. He hits a ton of German suplexes, and then eventually hits an angle slam on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar kicks out of it. Brock Lesnar hits a spine buster on Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle kicked out of that. And then Kurt Angle gets Brock Lesnar into the ankle lock, and you think Brock Lesnar's going to tap out, but then Brock Lesnar is able to turn out of it, and Kurt Angle inadvertently takes out the referee, and the ref takes a bump. And then Kurt Angle gets Brock Lesnar into like this unique sleeper hold where he had his legs crossed around Brock Lesnar's back of the head and his stomach. I thought would look really cool. And then he puts him back in the ankle lock, and he has him in the submission for like 40 seconds. Brock Lesnar taps out, but because the referee has been taken out, the ref doesn't see it. So then Vince McMahon runs out, hits Kurt Angle across the back with a steel chair, and then Brock Lesnar lays out Kurt Angle with the F5. You think Brock Lesnar's going to cheat his way to the championship, but Kurt Angle ends up kicking out of it, which I thought was a nice kick out. And then eventually the finish comes when Kurt Angle gets the ankle lock on Brock Lesnar again. And after Brock Lesnar struggles to get to the ropes, he's unable to do so, and he ends up tapping out. And Kurt Angle retains the WWE Championship. And then afterwards, Vince McMahon tries to attack Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle sees the attack coming, attacks him, and lays him out with an angle slam right onto the chair, right through the chair, pretty much. And this was Vince McMahon's birthday, so this was like his comeuppance, and that was pretty much the end of the match. Really good match, 3 3/4. I really liked it. And I think you knew there was going to be more to come with this story. And yeah, it's really weird to watch this, seeing Brock Lesnar tap out because of how much of a badass Brock Lesnar has come. You never would have thought that he would tap out, and he ended up tapping out here. I thought that was just kind of strange. But obviously, this wasn't the end of this feud. They would have an Iron Man that probably the best Iron Man match I've ever seen in my life, with the match on SmackDown where Brock Lesnar cheated his way to win the WWE Championship, and then obviously the feud pretty much was over from that point going forward. Brock Lesnar would be out of the company by WrestleMania 20. And then he wouldn't come back until 2012. And he pretty much has accomplished everything there is to accomplish in WWE. He was the WWE champion when he was back. He was the Universal champion. He conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30, and he's a badass. I think Brock Lesnar's been a huge star for WWE. And Kurt Angle obviously was out of the company by 2006. He went on to kind of have a few more big matches in WWE. Then obviously we know why he really left, because he was addicted to the painkillers. And then eventually he went to TNA from 2006 2007 ish until 2016, and tore it up in TNA. And then he just recently came back to WWE, and Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar have had some altercations with each other, but because Kurt Angle was the Raw GM, they didn't really bring up their past history. And Kurt Angle's had a few comeback matches. He teamed up with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to face the Ball, The Miz, and Braun Strowman at TLC. And then he obviously had that big match, mixed tag at WrestleMania, where we teamed with Ronda Rousey to face Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. That was awesome. And Vince McMahon is pretty much just the chairman of WWE. And Michael Cole was still the play-by-play guy in WWE. Taz would continue to be the other guy on commentary. He would go and commentate ECW, then come back to SmackDown, and then he went and commentated TNA, and now has his own podcast on the radio. Kind of a shame that Michael Cole and Taz have legitimate heat with each other. We'll never hear him on commentary again. But that's pretty much the end of this video. I really don't have anything left to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I really enjoyed doing these Marquee matches reviews. I know I kind of rushed this, but I ended up getting tired, so I'm sorry. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and on the Talkinator YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.